Hi everyone, this week we're going to be taking a look at a pre-built computer that I picked up. Ended up being kind of a piece of junk, but I'm going to go ahead and upgrade it and make it a usable entry-level gaming PC so that someone can enjoy it. On the plus side, it did go ahead and boot up, so that was nice. Did have Windows 10 on it and probably the lowest benchmark for a graphics card ever. It's got an R7 250 in it, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that because it's a piece of junk and put in a GTX 960. It's a much better pair for this. It has an AMD FX 6300 and it was running off of a hard drive, so we're going to add a SSD for a boot drive, make it run a little bit faster and just make the overall experience a bit snappier. I did want to leave the hard drive down in the bottom bay just to kind of cover up the cable mess. There's not a lot of space to hide them in this case, but there wasn't enough room in the power cable, so I did end up having to move it up. Not a big deal, but just preference. And because I am using a new SSD, we do have to reinstall Windows onto that. And then I went ahead and replaced the thermal paste just to make sure it keeps running cool. This processor doesn't really make a lot of heat, but I am going to be selling this, so I do want to make sure that no one's going to have any issues in the future. So just clean it all off and get some new paste on there. And we'll get it fired up, check and see, make sure everything's still running okay. There's my cat making sure I'm doing a good job. I did run a benchmark before and after just to run the CPU at 100% to see what temperature it was. It really didn't make any difference. These don't make much heat. It's more of just a preventative maintenance with this one. As you can see there, it's staying about 42, 43 degrees Celsius, so plenty of headroom there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some red LEDs because the case is pretty boring the way it sits. It does have that red fan, so I figured I'd just add some more red ones to match. I like to solder them in just to make sure that they're not going to pull out later on, and then put some heat shrink over the wires. And the LEDs are working. It's just on a simple Molex connector, so if someone doesn't like them, they're very easy to uninstall. You just unplug it, so even someone with not any experience with wiring can disconnect these if it's not their preference. And then I just stick the LEDs down in the bottom and the front so that when you look through the side of the case, you can't see the actual strip, but you can see the light glowing through. And here are the lovely e-waste peripherals that it came with. Just kind of a garbage feeling keyboard and mouse, but at least it comes with something, and then a pair of wired headphones. I did go ahead and throw them in the bundle just because I figure someone buying this entry-level computer probably isn't going to have those, so they're definitely better than nothing. And I did go ahead and test Grand Theft Auto 5 just to make sure the computer is going to be playing through fine, not have any issues, do any random shutdowns or anything. It does end up playing perfectly fine, so this one is going to be ready to sell. You can see I'm an absolute expert at using the keyboard and mouse for gaming. Typically I do use a gamepad controller, an Xbox version, but this works. Just wanted to test everything. Thank you very much for watching.